Okay, and if not, my goal is always to end right at 12:15, so everyone can get on with their workday. So, okay, welcome to 15 Minutes of Positivity. We get together as a group every day, Monday through Friday, rain or shine, and the idea is quite simple. It's to make room and space for this wonderful process called self-directed brain plasticity or neuroplasticity. And as I just reinforce this every session because it's just, I think, so important to remind ourselves of this, how this works. And basically what we're doing is we're using our mind to intentionally create an experience. And the more we create that experience with our mind, the more the structure and function of our brain changes. And then once the structure and function of our brain has shifted or changed in the direction of that experience, our mind begins working differently, right? So this is like the classic virtuous cycle. And the catch here is frequency, repetition, consistency. And in my experience, having struggled with depression and anxiety, that's probably the hardest thing is getting into that place where just, come rain or shine, I'm activating that part of my brain. So this group is intended to support each other in that way and just create a really consistent space and time to activate these changes. So today we're gonna do compassion, right? So we do a different topic or a different practice every day. And today we're gonna do compassion, and I just want to define compassion before we get started. So compassion involves our ability to recognize suffering, right? So it's very much a foundational skill. And I think we all have this ability, right? We can see a picture of or be around, little kids and they're crying and they're distressed, and we feel that, and we know both cognitively as well as viscerally that this other being is suffering. And then comes, this is what makes compassion so special, is this heartfelt desire that we have. And we often will do things like I instinctively put my hand on my heart because I feel it in my chest. And then comes this heartfelt desire to want to alleviate that suffering. Now, this is a skill that we can cultivate by practicing it repeatedly. So, in today's session, we're going to walk through an exercise where we're going to practice compassion. And I just want to remind us also of this peculiar aspect of compassion that many of us struggle with, which is we can think of, people we love, people we feel close to, and it's quite easy for us to feel compassion for them, feel their suffering when they're struggling with something that's not going well in their life, illness or stress at work or whatever. It's very natural for us to feel that. What's a little less natural, it takes a little more work to experience, is this wonderful thing called self-compassion, right? So I used to say I was the biggest jerk I knew. And I meant that in the sense that I could, hang out with other people and empathize and feel compassion for them. But when it came to my own inner narrative about something not going the way that I wanted it to, or my parenting style, or fill in the blank, I was a pretty relentless critic of my own. And I still need to sort of catch myself in this, sort of what is the tone of voice in my head? And can I mitigate that and actively engage in it to soften it? So today we're going to go back and forth between compassion for someone else and then compassion for ourselves. And the reason for this is it's usually easy for us to feel compassion for someone else. So we're going to start there, and I'll guide you through the meditation. And the goal or the instruction is for you to really see if you can feel it. Notice where in your body you feel this compassion for this other person. And then we're going to try to use that momentum that we have for feeling for this other person that we care for, and then imagine ourselves in that position and see to what extent we can carry over some of the compassion that we feel for others to ourselves. And then we'll kind of flip back and forth. And the whole goal is to activate that part of our brain that allows us to have this experience. Okay, so I'm going to get started. So let's start by closing our eyes. Let's get present to the here and now. We're all on this call together, and we're also sitting in chairs. Maybe shift your feet, put them flat on the ground, sit upright and alert. So you don't want to be straining, but you also don't want to be slouching. We want to be present for this experience. I like to wiggle my toes a little bit. That allows me to remind myself of the contact that I have with the ground, and to see if we can just presence ourselves. Probably had a busy morning already. Probably have a lot more coming your way this afternoon. That will all be there. Let's just, for the next 8 minutes or so, just be here. The intention is to do something that's good for us, to do so in community. Just notice for a second what it's like to be in your body, sitting in this chair, feet on the ground, breathing. Now, bring to mind someone you love, someone you care about. It can be living, they can be in your memory, doesn't matter. But just someone for whom it's very easy for you to feel love and connection and a sense of goodwill. I want you to imagine this person that you really care about having a hard time. Like life can be challenging. And as you're watching them go through this challenging experience, you just say to yourself, as if you were speaking to them, and you can say this out loud if you mute yourself: may you be free from pain and sorrow. May you be free from worry and fear. May you be free from overwhelm and doubt. May you be free from suffering. And if you want, I know I mentioned earlier, it helps me. I'd like to put my hand on my heart. It helps. There's a sense of connectedness that comes from that. And again, thinking this person you love might be struggling, and this is your heartfelt desire for the alleviation of that, of their suffering. May you be free from pain and sorrow. May you be free from worry and fear. May you be free from overwhelm and doubt. May you be free from suffering. Let that resonate through you. Noticing what it's like to be the source of these compassionate feelings and experiences for this person that you love. And now I want you to bring to memory a moment where you yourself were struggling. Maybe it was earlier this morning, maybe it's right now, maybe it was just a distant memory. But just remembering that you too are a person, a human being, worthy of compassion and kindness, just like this friend that you were just radiating compassion to. I want you to say to yourself, may you be free from pain and sorrow. May you be free from worry and fear. May you be free from overwhelm and doubt. May you be free from suffering. And again, just noticing what it's like to maybe carry some of the momentum that you experienced with this person that you love, and to notice what it's like to be wishing this yourself. What it's like to say that out loud to the voice in your head. May you be free from pain and sorrow. May you be free from worry and fear. May you be free from overwhelm and doubt. May you be free from suffering. If you notice your mind wandering or feeling distracted as you're trying to practice self-compassion, just know it's really quite common, quite normal. And again, it's just something we'll practice. And maybe let's switch back to the person whom you love, whom you care about. And again, noticing them in a tricky situation, some discomfort. And maybe now you're looking them straight in the eye and you're actually saying this out loud to them. May you be free from pain and sorrow. May you be free from worry and fear. May you be free from overwhelm and doubt. May you be free from suffering. Again, noticing where in your body you feel this heartfelt desire for their well-being and the cessation of suffering. And holding on to that experience for this person that you love, let's turn your attention back to yourself. And again, you can say this out loud. We'll change the wording slightly. May I be free from pain and sorrow. May I be free from worry and fear. May I be free from overwhelm and doubt. May I be free from suffering. Just noticing what it's like to either say this out loud or just following along with the words. May I be free from pain and sorrow. May I be free from worry and fear. May I be free from overwhelm and doubt. May I be free from suffering. Maybe wiggle your toes, noticing yourself back in the present moment. Noticing yourself sitting in the chair, breathing. When you're ready, go ahead, take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, open your eyes. And just look around at your fellow human beings. We all got together today just for a few minutes to practice one of these really foundational wellness skills. And just a reminder, the more we practice this, the easier it becomes. And it's a little bit of a trick, to use someone that you really care about, activate the feeling, and then to remember to turn that back on yourself. Very powerful to do in front of a mirror. So I recommend that you continue to try this on your own. And I'll stick around for a few more minutes for Q&A. Otherwise, plan on being here again tomorrow at noon, same time, same place. And look forward to seeing as many of you as possible. Have a great day. Take care.
Thank you, Oli.
Thank you, Oli.